Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about another core competency which is evaluated in QA interview, which is debugging skills. So we're gonna talk in detail about what all is asked in these in this interview and how you should answer. But before that, I would just like to take a moment and thank all of you, all the folks who are watching my channel, who have subscribed, commented, or liked my videos. This tells me that the content I'm creating is helping aspirants with their preparation. So, thanks a lot and keep commenting, keep sharing your interview experiences. I'll try to be as responsive as possible, but yeah, let's stay in touch. Whatever difficulties you are finding in following my videos, or if you have any other kind of questions, please comment them below the videos and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. So let's start today's video. So debugging is a very important skill which is evaluated in Amazon QA interview process. Uh, the better are your debugging skills, higher are the chances that you will be able to debug the bugs you are finding during testing. So the tester with good debugging skills not only enhances its own system knowledge, but it also helps developer to provide the fix of the issue promptly. The turnaround time for the fix is pretty less. So that's why Amazon evaluates the debugging skills of at least the entry level QA, and you should be doing well in this core competencies. This might be asked in collaboration with some other competency like test case enumeration, test plan, coding, or any other competency, but there is a high chance that you will be evaluated on this skill. So now, what is expected? What kind of questions you can expect, and what are the answers interviewer is looking for? Uh, so there is no set pattern on the questions which can be asked in the interview. Questions can be as easy to understand as how would you debug add to cart button. If clicking on it, nothing happens. So if you go to any Amazon detail page and you click to add to cart button and nothing happens, the interviewer might ask you that can you please debug and see why this button is not working. Or the question could be as awkward as uh, why a cricket bat's stroke making capability has reduced by X% from yesterday to today. So if yesterday you were able to make good strokes from the same bat by the same person, and today the stroke making capability, like the distance the ball travels after hitting the bat, why that has slowed down. Why I am quoting this question is it's the same question which was asked to me almost 6 years back when I joined Amazon as a QA. That's the beauty about Amazon's interview, that the questions could be anything, but what is important is that you just don't get boggled by the question. You take your time and understand what the interviewer is expecting from you. So let's see how to answer the second question. So here what the interviewer is expecting you to dive deep and first understand the question, that what exactly do you mean by stroke making capability. Is it just about the distance the ball is covering after it hits the bat? Because that can also vary. If you hit it hard, if you hit it slow, things can vary, right? So there are different variations on how you can hit a ball, right? And accordingly it will travel the distance. So you need to clarify that are we assuming that from yesterday and today there is no change in the bat speed, there is no change in the ball, there is no change in any environment around it. So if there is no variable, if no variable has changed, which would ideally be the case, that's how this question is framed. Then you proceed and then try to gauge that what might have changed with the bat, right? So you would try to see maybe bat was kept overnight outside, and then because of rains the wood might have swollen up, right, which has made it puffy, and then that's where the bat stroke making capability has come down. Or maybe the grip, the rubber grip which is on the bat handle is not that much comfortable, that the batsman is not able to make the stroke comfortably. Or there is a change in the handle to bat ratio, due to some of the weather change. You need to think thoroughly and think about all the possible scenarios why a bed stroke making capability has come down. Okay, there could be tons of reasons for this. There is no single person who can give all the right answers, even the interviewer will not know. But the intent here is not to get all the right answers. The intent is that you are able to think through if you are put in a awkward situation. If you are put in a situation where you have no clue about that scenario, then how do you find your way through? That's how a question can be. Other questions can be as straightforward as debugging why add to cart button is not working. So here you can take different views. First you can imagine yourself as an end customer who does not work inside Amazon. Okay, and then as an end customer, how would you try to debug this issue, and then put yourself in the shoes of a tester and then give the scenarios. So the scenarios could be as straightforward as I would try to check my internet connection. This is one very basic scenario which no one gives, right? Whenever something is not working, you would just immediately see towards your Wi-Fi icon and see whether internet is there or not. But majority of the people don't give this scenario. So interviewer is looking forward to all the scenarios. Could be as basic as checking the internet connection. So make sure you tell everything. If you are going off track or if you are giving two basic questions which interviewer is not expecting, they will let you know. But don't assume things by yourself and then start with the technical answers up front. So you can start by saying that I will check the Wi-Fi connection, I'll try opening in different tabs, I'll try to check the same button for different products, or I'll change the quantity, I'll try in different devices. There could be a number of such things which you can do. Now coming to the perspective of a person who is working inside Amazon, you can say that I would see that did it start happening after the latest build which got deployed to the test port, or it's there in production as well, or I'll try to see the console errors, or I'll check the server side logs. I'll also try to hit the API behind through Postman and check the response. There could be multiple technical answers to this. Again, I am not diving deep into what could be the different kind of answers, because you all are aware of how to answer these questions. Put yourself in the end customer position and try to answer, and then put yourself in the shoes of a tester and then answer. With these two perspectives, you will be able to come up with majority of the scenarios. Divide your answers into functional, back-end kind of debugging scenarios. That will give you a brownie point. So well-structured answers are always appreciated, and if they are coming from entry-level QAE, then it gives you a brownie point. From QA2, that is by default expected. The number of points which you are highlighting, or the number of scenarios which you are quoting, they might be exactly same as the other person who is interviewing for the same role, but how you answer makes the difference. So please make sure you structure your answers into sections and then answer the question. So guys, key to clearing this round is your patience and out of the box thinking capability. Don't get bogged down by the questions which are asked, because the answers eventually will be very simple. If you look back and then reevaluate your interview, you would be like, this was the simplest interview which I have ever given, but still I managed to screw it up. So please make sure you keep calm, you keep your patience, you understand the question properly, and then go about answering it. So that's all guys for today's video. I hope you like this video, and as I said earlier, right, please comment, please tell me that what should I improve in my upcoming videos. I'll cover test plan in my next video. That will mostly be the last video in Amazon QA preparation series. In future, I'm going to call a couple of aspirants from different companies like PayPal and Google, who have given the test engineer or QA interviews in past, and are willing to share their experience with you guys. So I really think that those those videos will also help the aspirants who are trying for the companies other than Amazon. So that's my future plan. I'll keep expanding the scope of companies which we cover for QAs, so that we can benefit more and more people. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for your time.